So dudes, so this is a yapping video. This is a commentary video where I talk about operator mains, the very concept of them, and why I don't really like them. But before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. Buy Rainbow Six Siege for yourself at the link in the description and participate in Operation Deep Freeze. For the purpose of a competitive shooter, I think that mains do not really tell the whole picture, at least in terms of operators. I understand the purpose of roles, and sometimes roles will overlap with certain operators, like entry frag, you're going to have Ash and Zoph. But for the most part, when we're talking about it from the average person's perspective, and we're trying to help somebody learn how to play the game, I don't think, just maining, quote unquote, a character is a particularly good idea. And I'm going to explain why. So, the first problem I have with operator maining is that a lot of the time, when somebody is an operator main, it doesn't really necessarily translate to particularly better knowledge of that operator. It just means that they play the character a lot. What tends to happen, especially in a competitive environment, is people tend to fall into the role rather than trying to actively seek it out. So they have a natural set of talents that sort of lends them towards a certain style of play, and then they just kind of let it come to them. And if you guys don't know, today is patch day. Year 8 Season 4 releases today on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC. We've got a new battle pass that's easier to look through and unlock your rewards. But obviously we got a new operator, Tubarão from Portugal. He's a crowd-controlling defensive character who can work either as an anchor or a roamer. His gadget slows down the enemy in terms of their movement speed, and it also stops gadgetry from working for a limited time. So if this looks cool, what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description, buy a copy of Rainbow Six Siege for yourself, and check out this new operator we got on the scene. What I see a lot of people do with hero-based games especially is they, they'll do what anybody will try to do. They'll try to naturally incline themselves to a particular kind of job and perfect it and try to get really good at it. And I'm sure that they can get a lot of mileage out of it. But that's all well and fun for ranked. If you're trying to go pro, right? If you're trying to play competitive, you can't play Finka every round, right? Like you can't play Zero every round. You can't play Sens every round. Let's look at defense, right? Some examples. You can't play Vigil every round. Can't play Alibi every round. Can't play Castle every round, right? There are some operators that will be able to be brought more often than others. Again, I'm talking about it from a playing for money point of view. I know that the overwhelming majority of people who watch my channel aren't invested in competitive. I understand that. But if your goal, specifically, if you're like, I don't give a crap about having fun. I want my elo. Right? If you're that obsessed about it, if you're that obsessed about learning the art of siege foo, if you will, right? If you want to take it that freaking seriously, and I'm not telling you to, frankly, I don't think you really should. But if you want to, you should kind of ditch the concept of operator mains altogether. Let's walk through a process to take Top Floor Cafe with the Ash main, right? We all know the Ash main stereotype, right? The aggressive entry fragger playstyle of Siege. We all get it. Everyone's made a million jokes and one about it. Everybody knows what Ash mains are like, right? Or at least we project what we think they're like. Is it wrong, right? Is it bad to be an Ash main? Is it bad to be a Jaeger main? Is it bad to main any kind of character? You would think by watching this video and the title that I gave you, it is. I don't necessarily think it is. What I have a problem with when I see a lot of Siege players, right, especially new players, what I have a problem with more isn't necessarily an emphasis on trying to specialize in something. It is to make a crutch out of a particular set of traits that a character has. Okay, there is a difference. There is a difference between specializing in something and being a one-trick. A specialist has a number of different things surrounding the specialization that are context dependent and do not incur suffering as a result of certain aspects of the specialization not working out. There are contingency plans. A specialist has contingency plans. A one trick doesn't have contingency plans. A one trick will fall apart as soon as they don't have everything, you know, perfect, right? Whether that's a character that they play or a gun that gets nerfed, etc., etc. So, with this in mind, let's say we're going to do a basic pixel hit here with Ash, okay? We get full cigar control. We don't have to worry about our flanks. You know, we're chilling. Blah, blah, blah. And then what am I going to do with the gadget? Well, assuming that I have two of them, I used it to open the hatch for my example. Assuming we have two of them, there's a couple things that can happen here. We can shoot it and then hope that there's not an ADS. All right, so let's shoot it. I'm going to pretend that there's an ADS. All right, ignore that, right? That didn't do anything. Oh, okay, all right. All right, cool. Well, now I have to fight the pixel spot with the shield. Something could have prevented this situation from happening a long time ago, but I really like the R4C. I like the R4C so much. Oh my gosh, it's my best gun. But now I'm fighting Pixel with a shield. And what you're looking at could have dealt with the shield completely self-sufficiently without asking for help. Yana lost her frag grenades, and now she stinks, right? Bad character. Dude, my favorite Siege content creator rated Yana low on the tier list. That means they're bad, right? That's what that means. Right? That's the correct way we interpret Siege tier list. That's how that works, right? No. Okay. Like, chill. Here. All right, Shostakovich, chill out. I actually don't know if the music in this game is copyrighted or not. I honestly have no idea. That's why I always do it. Okay, so in this particular example that we're using, Ash, let's say, unlucky, right, didn't read the situation. There's two ADSs. We didn't have burn. And now the pixel shield is still there. Well, I wonder what we could do instead. But we wanted to use the R4C. Well, if I was comfortable with the ARX instead, right, if I wasn't one-tricking it on Ash, here's what I could do instead. So the difference between what I just did and what I did earlier was moving my mouse a little bit over and picking someone else. Do you understand? So don't think of it like I am an Ash main. Think of it like I am an entry frag, and my job is to get into the building and help my team get map control. You know, be the forefront for them as I go through the map and let them, you know, walk behind me and then do the job that they need to do. Right? Spearhead control for your team. You don't necessarily have to do that with Ash. Ash is very good at that. But you can do it with other characters too, right? And then there are some situations where you can be more self-sufficient and you don't have to ask for as much help. And that a little bit of pressure alleviated, from your team can open up options for them. So when you start thinking of it like, I'm an entry frag, not an Ash main, see how this one problem just instantly became solvable. Whereas in a previous instance, in another universe, in another timeline, perhaps it was not. And now the shield's gone, and maybe I get the pick. And then I'm chilling here. Ask my teammate to cover me. Hey, I'm going to get intel. No. All right, and this is something that Ash can't do. Can Ash do this? No. Oh, there's one construction. Right? So different operators for different problems. Siege is inherently a problem-solving game. You want to get good at tackling how to solve a problem. Right? Rather than just, I like the gun, go shoot. Sometimes the problem requires you to go shoot. But a lot of the times, you can get yourself in a position where you can start shooting because you thought ahead. And that's good. We want that. If you want to learn Rainbow Six Siege, you have to go out of your comfort zone. You have to. Absolutely have to. Okay, it is not optional, right? If you want to get really good really quickly, if you want to get more knowledge, you gotta fail. You gotta get your ass kicked a little bit. The nature of this game is that because of the amount of variables that it throws at you, you're gonna get caught off guard. You're gonna get surprised. You're gonna get fragged by stuff that you weren't aware of. It's gonna happen. It sucks. It's frustrating in certain contexts, but That's just the way it is. If you main Mira, right, if you main a highly banned operator, that's going to put you in a compromising situation when you want to go a different character. So instead of maining one character, what I would always suggest is to look at a particular job that that character does, separate the main from the job, right? So Maestro is an example of an operator that you would pick if Mira got banned. Let's just say that. And if I am an anchor main, right, that's a job description, not an operator type or operator, specific selection. Ubisoft Connect. If I am an anchor main and I can't play Mira, well, there's a number of different ways that I can do this. And I'm going to think about it from the sense of I'm an anchor. How can I help protect the site? How can I help prevent the bomb from going down? So just as an experiment for the purpose of the video, I'll just show a couple of strats on how to anchor for bank basement when, let's say I'm a Mira main, right? Let's say Mira gets banned. How do I play bank basement?
Know your role. I'm a sniper, I'm a sniper, I'm a sniper. No, you're not a sniper. The closest thing to being a sniper in Bad Company 2 is the recon class. Yeah, it looks like you're a sniper. You've got a high-powered rifle with a high-powered zoom and a sick-ass ghillie suit to hide in the brush, but there's more than that.
I'm an anchor, and I'm an anchor. I have to sit on the site. I have to sit on the site. I can't leave site. No, stop. Like, that's limited thinking. You stay on the site a lot of the time. You stay on the site a pretty decent amount of time. You form a habit around staying around the site. But there are situations where you should think, hey, maybe going off the site can help my team a little bit. I'll give you an example. So the typical anchor setup that you would usually do for bank basement, think of anyone with a shotgun, right? Smoke, Mira, Maestro, shotgun pistol. We're going to do the default rotates, yada, yada, yada. Okay, right? What if I told you there's a different way to do it? What if I told you there's a different way? So a lot of people don't seem to like Rook, unless you're looking at the win delta. Rook's win delta in ranked, really freaking high. Why? Well, because that side of the game in ranked tends to focus a lot more on the gunplay stuff, and that 2.0x optic really works well on this guy. But I'm going to show you something that you normally wouldn't do with a side anchor, right? So you have the typical kind of setup here. Let's pretend that I'm, I could have brought a shotgun for this example, but it's fine. So let's pretend, I got the default hole set up here. So we have the smoke holes, and we're going to play for the plant. Now, if I'm playing smoke, I'm going to reinforce this. And I'm going to wait for the plant. Bing chilling, right? Chilling, 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 and then throw smokes, and then try to fight and deny plant. So if you're an anchor main, right, you're like, I'm an anchor, right? Like, you're always going to play here. Again, let's think of a different way to do this, right? Okay. So let's have our default-ish rotate, okay? And now, I think I can do this if I shoot it enough, yeah, to give you the effect. I'm an anchor. No, I can't leave site. I'm an anchor. Really? You sure? I can do this. Yeah. This isn't a half bad way to hold site. Same effect, right? Come on, Gregor. This is a one trick, right? We were just talking about one tricks, and now you're showing me another one trick angle. What if somebody drops gold? What if somebody drops elevator? What if somebody, right? The purpose of this angle isn't for me to sit back, play like a wimp, and then try to get a free pick with my 2 times. Although, if I can get away with that, I will certainly take it. No. The purpose of this angle is to shut down the C4 denier. What the heck is this person talking about? Said the audience. The C4 denier, pretend this is open. Right, pretend this is open. The C4 denier is going to deny the C4, right? Someone is going to plant here, and then, and this happens, not relatively infrequently in competitive. It was a bit of a pocket strat from way back in the day with Dark Zero. Way back in the day. But the pros are playing at a level where they literally are like going out of their way to like shoot C4s, right? Like you're at a mechanical aiming point where you're like shooting C4s out of the air. So you'll have somebody designated to, this is actually one of the easier C4 shots to make, right? You're going to have somebody designated here to shoot the C4 as the defenders throw it to deny the plant. That is something that happens. And way in the back over here, way over yonder, is going to be a rook or a cade or a goyo with a 2x scope. And it's a little bit of a standoff we have here. It's a multi-way trade going on. We have C4 for plant. We have guy shooting C4 to keep plant. And then on the defense, we have our counter to that. Guy shooting guy. That's shooting C4. So I'm anchoring. I'm helping my team. I'm doing the exact same thing that I would do if I was playing Smoke or if I was playing Mira. But I'm doing it in a different way. The end result is the same, but I am still doing my job. So that's why we have gamer bro archetypes, right? That's why we have entry frag, anchor, flex, right? We have those roles, not because we're like obsessed with gamer bros. We're not obsessed with esports. It's just the way it naturally kind of codified itself. It's just the natural way how FPS games kind of tend to sort of come together. Okay, we have more passive play on a character like Rook. We have something kind of in the middle, like Capkin, and then we get really aggressive with something like Vigil. You're going to find this spectrum in any FPS game, not just Siege. So, like I said, don't try to find a main. You can certainly get good with the character. I'm not telling you you can't necessarily main a character, but try to get out of your comfort zone a little bit here and there, right? Like if you want to play entry frag, buy a couple of different entry frag characters. Don't just, play the same one like again and again and again and again and again. If you want to play anchor, buy a bunch of anchors, right? Don't play the same anchor a million times in a row. Because not only are you going to get better at the game, right? You're going to have better like awareness of the fundamentals and the interplay. You are also going to keep yourself from getting punished if you lose a crutch, right? Like if an operator gets banned, or you're in a situation where that's not really as useful. Right, so it's going to expand your repertoire. It's going to make you a more well-rounded Siege player. There's a difference between being a specialist and being a one-trick. We know that Bruce Lee line, right? I fear the man who's practiced a kick 1,000 times more than the one who's practiced 1,000 kicks. Well, the purpose of that quote, right, is that you can't effectively practice 1,000 kicks and get anywhere with it, right? But let's say somebody practiced 5 kicks like 300 times. Or maybe 3 kicks and 2 punches, right? Well, then we have a little bit more variation going on. So there's a difference between specialization and one-tricking. Be a specialist. Don't be a one-trick. Guys, if this video helped you out, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Deuces. Once again, guys, this video was sponsored by Ubisoft. The new season, Operation Deep Freeze, is out today. Go to the link in the description and purchase yourself a copy of Rainbow Six Siege now. Once again, guys, this video was sponsored by Ubisoft. The new season, Operation Deep Freeze, is out today. Go to the link in the description and purchase yourself a copy of Rainbow Six Siege now.